When I was born, I'm valuable. At that second, when I was born, I'm valuable.
But what do you bring
I don't have
to the
to.
table?
That's a very dusty question.
But everyone says that, but you're not saying, are you...
Women, that's why you pay the dowry, because women are intrinsic.
None of us pay the dowry anymore, we don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
Well, most of us wouldn't pay a dowry, but what do you bring to the table? Are you agreeable? Like what kind of person? But everyone says that, but what does that actually mean?
I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke.
What do women bring to the table? I've been unable to answer this question for years. But now, after being enlightened and joining the movement to bring back traditional dating, stay tuned. When it comes to marriage, what do women bring to the table that makes it all worthwhile for a man? Usually people think this is a rhetorical insult to women. It really isn't. It's a legit question that women don't seem willing or able to answer. Some things that have been mentioned: money, but women tend to marry men who make more while also being more materialistic. I don't care about a woman's money because I have my own. I expect her to have her own, but ultimately, it's a neutral for me. Another is sex. Well, I can get laid outside of marriage easily enough. Kids. Over 40% of kids are born out of wedlock. No need to marry. But marriage doesn't guarantee kids, and it doesn't guarantee I'll have a relationship with those kids should my wife leave. Security. This is one that women always mention, but men are never made more secure by marriage. Another is status. Nah, married men are widely perceived as buffoons and incompetents or broken down and whipped. That's not an identity I feel like trying to overcome. Domestic help. A man can't even mention he wants a wife to cook and clean without being called a sexist. How can I give points to a woman for wanting to do this after that? And if she's a stay-at-home wife, then how messed up is that? I'm basically splitting half of everything I make for an hour or two of work each day from a wife. I'd rather pay for a housekeeper and split that cost with a wife who has a job. Married men live longer, so say the statistics, but I've read the studies and they don't account for the fact that women tend to choose men who are already very healthy. Men who are unhealthy tend to not get married and thus drive down the life expectancy. So, what do women bring to the table? What niche do women possess that men just can't live without? Men bring a lot to the table and women know it, or else they wouldn't be marrying us. They know we make more money and are more willing to spend that money on a spouse and children. Women know that if he makes enough, they will get a choice to stay home if they want to take care of kids. This is a choice that most men never get. Women still control sex. When they want it, they will usually get it. If they don't, then her husband is out of luck. When women divorce, they overwhelmingly fare better than men do. They get more of the assets, and then they get the kids and the child support. A man might end up living in his truck if he's allowed to keep even that, and he could have been the perfect husband. Women get a live-in bodyguard. Men are genetically programmed to protect women and children, and especially their women and children. Now, what do women bring? I'm trying to bring back traditional dating, so all my points now are based on traditional women, not these entitled Western women. Moving forward, traditional women actually bring a lot to the table. One is sex. There is a difference between wanting baccalaureate sexual escapades and sex with someone you have an emotional attachment with. Maybe not for you, but even being red-pilled myself, I'll happily admit that. You're either delusional or a sociopath if you disagree, in my opinion. I have never understood the charm of promiscuous sex with condoms. That seems terrible and uncomfortable. Plus, there's always that risk that some floozy is going to be pregnant with your kid. Best case scenario, she has an abortion, and it's over. Worst case scenario, she has a kid, and your heir to the world is being raised by a Barfly. Congratulations. Women bring children to the table, as you all know. Children raised by a couple are better off than children raised by single parents. This reason relies on you wanting children, of course. Number 3 is status. In work and socially, as you get older, being a husband and / or father figure is seen positively. Men who wed and have children are more likely to receive promotions and pay raises. Domestic help. So find a woman who is more traditional. I dated a girl who cooked for me every time she visited. It was great. You're only going to get shit on about traditional values online, or if you have rabidly liberal friends, who the fuck cares? Marriage is a business. You are pooling resources such as property, money, labor, and time. What sabotages marriage is the concept of divorce. If people could not divorce, meaning they could not get alimony, could not get child support, could not remarry, they might be more careful entering into a marriage. This could be an option, like the Forever Marriage Plan. When you get your marriage certificate from the courthouse, you should be able to check a box that says, no divorce option. God knows that I turned down traveling 3,000 miles to attend a wedding that checked the divorce allowable option. Before I go any further to address the question at hand, I must state that these examples I provide below are for the couple that are in it to win it, the couple that will not divorce under any circumstances. There are women out there with those values, but you're not likely going to find them at a bar or on Tinder. Continuity. This might not be such a big deal for the civilian, but for the military family, it is crucial to have someone who is taking care of the house while you're gone for 8 months. Who's going to start your motorcycles every week? Who is going to take care of your pets or your kids? Who is going to make sure your bills get paid? Often for the single service member, a parent or sibling takes on this duty, and this could be a disaster. I've seen guys come home to drain bank accounts and demolish trucks because of careless relatives. You can't choose your relatives, but you can choose your wife. Lower cost of living. Dinks have it made. 1 rent payment instead of 2, etc. for modest income households. The US government takes out less income tax for those claiming married versus those claiming single. Shared household obligations. Again, I realize that not all women are up to this task. But this is what you're looking for when you're dating. You are looking for someone who values these things. Also, cooking for one is just as much work as cooking for 2. My conclusion is that traditional women bring a lot to the table, while Western women bring absolutely nothing. So my advice for you is to get your passport and look for a traditional woman if you wish to get married. In terms of marriage, with these Western women, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time, cheers.